You already know what to do. Welcome everyone. As you're coming in, you already know what to do. If you're watching me on TikTok, welcome. And I know you guys are watching it on another platform. Good morning, everyone. As you're here, please tap on the screen. This is how we are going to let people know that Coach Chefi is live and ready, rolling. Welcome everyone. We are live. We are live. It's an amazing day today. It is 5 o'clock on my side. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let me know where you're joining in from. If this is your first time being on my live, my name is Chefi. I am an identity and nervous system reset coach. I help people to stop sabotaging at a nervous system level. Today, we are doing something. We are starting in a different way today, not what we usually do, and I believe this is gonna help my community. As a coach, I have my framework is built on five, I will say five model. The first one is the major one. The beginning is God, okay? God, neuroscience, nervous system regulation, and movement. Actually, is for God, neuroscience, nervous system regulation, and God. And today we are going to be heavy at the God level. It's not a Bible study, but once you understand this part, you'll also be able to help your brain to rewire your brain. Most of you right now, you do not lack information, but you are stuck at execution level because you've been taught a wrong blueprint. You see that most of you do not lack information because we are in an era where no matter where we turn, that whether we like it or not, information is everywhere. You go to church, you receive information, you turn on your TV, you're on TikTok live, YouTube live, wherever you may be, you are swimming in a pool of information till a point where, because you have this information and you're not executing, it's keeping you stuck. Now, as human beings, we've been created to be productive. Okay. No, I'm not. Someone is asking on the other platform if I am Slavic or from Russia. No, I am not. Let me know why you ask. But let's go ahead. So like I was saying earlier, you do not lack information. Okay, we are in a society, we are surrounded by information. Okay, but this is the thing, most people are lacking execution. Okay, you don't lack information, you have all the information that you have. Okay, and that's why you might even feel stuck. Okay, that's why you feel like you're not moving forward because you're not executing. This is what you're lacking right now. You do not lack information, but you do have no structure. But as we are created, we are supposed to be productive. So when you have no structure, that means you're not executing. And when you're not executing, you know what happened? It's gonna make you feel like you're lazy. Okay, because you're not executing, you do not see the result that comes after executing the information. Now when you feel like you're lazy, your mind will believe that. This is the thing about our mind. This is the thing about our brain. The brain doesn't give us what we desire, but it gives us what is familiar. The brain gives us, the nervous system has the information of what is familiar. The amount of repetitive actions that you've taken that has given you the results, that's what your brain is wired around. Today we're going to do something very important that I have not been doing, but I believe it's going to help a lot of people. Most people want to change, most people want to transform, but they are doing it the wrong way. And Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different result. So I believe that today's live is gonna help many people. And by the way, if you're watching this on TikTok, you can watch this on a replay, and you already know where the replay platform is. When you go on that platform, put in reset with Coach Chefi, and you'll be able to watch the replay. Just to give a little content, normally when I teach people, when I'm on live on my sessions, I tell you about how your brain is not against you. For those who are watching me for the first time, my name is Chefi, identity and nervous system reset coach. I help people to stop sabotage at the nervous system level. Oftentimes when we hear about self-sabotage, people think it's because they are not motivated enough. No, it's not about motivation. And this is coming from someone who is known as the motivational force. It's never about motivation, but it's about what? It's about self-trust. Okay? So right now, most of you are not showing up constantly. You're not showing up fully in your full potential because you do not trust yourself. Every time you tell yourself, I'm going to show up, good morning, Hamed. Every time you tell yourself, I'm going to show up at 6 o'clock, I'm going to show up at 7, at 8, whatever time you tell yourself, it might not be vocal, but when you make the decision that I am going to do something, the brain catches that signal, okay? It's like you've given a cue to the brain. The brain catches the signal, so the brain now has to partner with you to make it work. Okay, you might just say, oh, I did not even say it out loud, but you think it. It was processed. The brain is dead. The brain is your servant, by the way. It's your butler, right? So as soon as you said it, thank you. As soon as you say it, the brain has to start processing it, right? Now, on TikTok, I put there that you are not lazy. The overlay on TikTok says you are not lazy, but you've just been taught the wrong blueprint. So today I'm going to teach you how to build the right blueprint. And what is this, the wrong blueprint that you've been taught? The wrong blueprint that you've been taught is what? Is filled with rejection, is filled with self-abandonment, or abandonment and then self-abandonment, rejection and then self-rejection, people pleasing. You're performing for people, you're not living for yourself, right? Or shame. The shame comes from whenever you said I'm gonna show up and you don't show up, the brain is filing that for you, not against you. So if you're asking, wondering, if you're asking and wondering, why do I keep repeating the same thing? Or you're telling yourself, why do I start strong and then I disengage? All this is because of the information you have fed your brain for many years. Let's say you're 30 years and you have been repeating the pattern of self-sabotage for 20 years. That's 20 years of information you have fed your brain with. You see that? Now, you might be asking yourself then, is there a way out? If you don't put in the right information, because right now your brain is wired around a specific model. Right now, what is that model? The model that says I am not consistent. The model that says I start and I stop. The model that says I have all these ideas but I don't know how to put it into practice. The model that says it only works for other people. The model that says nothing good can come out of me. So that's the fact that your brain has been wired around. That's the belief system that is running, that is running behind the scene. That is the what people call it, the limited belief. So whenever there is a position that you want to apply, a post that you desire so much you want to apply for, but guess what? In your quiet place, in your mind, you keep telling yourself, I cannot do it. I am not consistent. But because that is the belief that has been running 24/7, when you go for that job interview, even though you have all the qualification, you are not going to get it. Okay? Or you will get the post, of course, but because you don't have the self-esteem, You only had the confidence because you don't have the self-esteem. When you get in the job, you're going to do what? You're going to talk yourself out of it. You're going to talk yourself out of it. You're going to feel like an imposter. Let me give you an example. One of my clients, my coaching client, last year, I was working with her, and within one of the sessions, she was really excited because she got a new job. And of course, naturally, as a motivational force, I was celebrating with her. And 2 weeks when she came back, no, actually 1 week after she came back, I was asking for, you know, I was asking for, how was the job? How is the job going? And do you believe that my client told me, Coach, I am going to quit because the job is asking too much of me, right? And this is someone who got a job. Before getting that job, she left her old job for this specific job. And she's like, I'm going back to my old job. If this sounds familiar, please put one in the chat. If this sounds familiar, if you've been in a situation like this before where you feel like a lot has been asked from you, you feel like you're doing more than you're supposed to do, and you want to go back to the past, put one in the chat and let me explain what is happening if this has ever happened to you, okay? Thank you for my people that are watching on the other side. Okay, and if you want to watch this on a replay, you already know where to go. The app that gives that opportunity to watch replays, put reset with Coach Chefi, and you'll be able to watch the replay there. Because I'm gonna share a lot of information here. Actually, let me rephrase that. I'm not gonna share a lot of information, but I'm gonna share what is gonna help you to rewire your brain, because right now your brain is wired around the wrong model. Your brain is wired around the wrong blueprint. Okay, now I didn't see anyone put in one, but let me go ahead and share with you. Now, the reason why she wanted to quit is because I said it earlier, the brain lead you into what is familiar. The brain will sabotage the new version of you if you are not consistent in anchoring, okay, that new version. Can I say that again for those who are just joining in? The brain will sabotage the new version of you if that new version has not been anchored. Okay? The brain will keep doing that. The brain will keep trying to sabotage you until you consistently show up and you in a very small way. Okay, this is the key word. Consistent. Okay, consistent, that's the key word. And the other keyword is small way. Okay, you see that? Thank you for the like. Let's keep tapping so that the TikTok will send people and let them know Coach is live. And I know that somebody needs this today. You see that? So the first one, which is the big one, is consistent and small way. Now, most people, what they do is, especially those who have been sabotaging for many years, they tell themselves, I'm going to start on Monday. So every Monday, you're telling yourself, I'm going to start on Monday. This is why, according to statistics, only 8% of people can fully follow through and execute their goal. There's another 45, it says at least 45 to 55% of people are living in the past or in the future, never in the present. Yes, you are here physically, but mentally, emotionally, you are stuck in 2020, 2021. You're stuck in any year but 2026. Okay, so now, right now, the reason why you are not being consistent is because the brain is leading you into sabotaging the version of you that you know might just lead you into your level of success. But the brain will keep reminding you of who you were, the old version of you. And if you did not anchor that new version, the brain will keep pulling you back. And this is where most people give up. This is where most people give up. Let's say, for instance, Your new version is what? I want to lose some pound. I want to eat healthy. I want to be lean. All those goals that you have, that is your new version. But the brain, because it has been wired about around what is familiar, and what is familiar for the brain is what? I start and I stop. I start and I stop. Your brain knows you as a chronic starter. So when you cue the brain by saying, I'm going to be lean, I'm going to show up consistently, and all those things, it's just an information given to the brain. It has not taken root yet. It's just a simple information. So because you fed the brain with that information, your brain is your partner. The brain would like to partner with you to reach your goal. So what would the brain start doing? The brain will start scanning your past. And what is the brain scanning in that moment? The brain is scanning your model, your blueprint that you fed it. Okay, so this is the brain, and I never said I was an artist. So if you laugh, I know where you live. This is my version of the brain. Okay. Now, so the brain will be doing what? This is the work that the brain will start doing. The brain will be scanning. That's what it is. Scanning your model. Now, anytime the brain scans, the brain will see, oh, this person, they said, and I'm taking time to dive into this for a reason, because today we are going to build a new model. Okay, and after the life, by the way, after the life, continue this process, and you will see that it will be quicker for you to build that model. You see, when people build a car, before the car, we have a type of a car on the road. They first design a model, and all the other cars are copied after that model. You have a model, by the way, but you do not see that model yet. Okay, maybe you've heard about it, but you are not believing it yet. So that's why when you cue the brain that, oh, we are doing something new, the brain will only scan the old version of you. What is that old version? That version that has lived for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, until before the decision was made. That's the one. But so guess what? Since you've lived with that for a while, it's easy to fall back. So do not be hard on yourself to say, why do I keep repeating the same thing? I know I shouldn't call that ex, right? I know I should get out of this abusive relationship. I know I should show up consistently. But why is it that I only start 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and then I don't follow through? Well, it's not your fault per se, but it's that your partner, the brain, has been wired in a specific way. So today you're gonna learn how to anchor yourself in the blueprint that works. You are functioning from a wrong blueprint. For those who are joining for the first time, if you're on the other side of the TikTok, you can see that I said how to brainwash yourself into success. That's the title there. And here on TikTok, good morning, my dear brother. And here on TikTok, thank you so much. And on here on TikTok, I put, you are now lazy. You were taught the wrong blueprint. What is this wrong blueprint? The wrong blueprint is what? Abandonment, rejection, self-sabotage, inconsistency, shame, people pleasing. All these things are the wrong model that your life is following. But today I'm going to share something with you that I coach my clients with. And this is the fastest way to wire your brain so that the brain can be rewired around someone who shows up and shows up consistently. That is the word. Remember when I gave you the word, the key word is what? Consistency and small beginning or small wins. Okay, that's what it is. Now, I know, as I said, you're not here to, of course, you think you're going to get a lot of information, but I want to lead you out of just binging on information, not doing anything with the information. Because most people don't lack information. No matter where you are, you're swimming in a pool or in an ocean of information. But your problem right now is what? Execution. Execution is your problem. And when you're not executing the problem, when you're not executing the information, you know what happens? You become stuck. And when you get stuck, that means the nervous system is dysregulated. When the nervous system is dysregulated, you are functioning from survival mode. Okay? So that's why I said there are 4 things that my framework is built on. The first one is God. The foundation of all is God. Okay? Neuroscience, movement, nervous system regulation. So that being said, let's start from the right. Let's build the right blueprint together. Let's build the right blueprint together. If you're ready to know the secret or how to build the right blueprint, how to brainwash yourself into success, and this is what has helped me. This is what has helped most of my clients in coaching sessions. Some people will come in and say, Coach, I am dealing with generation of shame because of some of the decisions that I've made. I don't know how to break out of this. I remember one of my clients, which is a business owner, a successful business owner, a high achiever, by the way. When she came, she said, Coach, I'm dealing with this specific thing and I want us to work together so that I can break out of it. We worked for 3 months, but the result that she got, we can all give all glory to God. She was able, not only was she able to multiply in her income, but also, or in her return as a business owner, but the atmosphere in her marriage changed. Okay, the relationship with her children changed. So our blueprint is the result that we see, the result that we come across in life. If you do not like it, there's one thing that you need to change. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. That's what I'm going to teach you today. So this is what it is. And I know you've heard it before, but let me show you now how to make it work. Hearing it is not what it is. Making it work is what we want. Okay? Put it in the chat. Hearing it is not what it is. Making it work is what we want. Hearing it is not what it is. Making it work is what we want. Okay? Now, before we even get into that, let me share something with you. Have you ever, okay, think of someone and then in the next hour, in the next 30 minutes, in the next 2 hours, either the person called you or the person texted you? Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever thought of someone and in the next 30 minutes, in the next 15 minutes, in the next hour, 2 hours, the person called you? Has that ever happened to you? Has that ever happened to you? If that has, please put 1 in the chat. Put 1 in the chat if that has ever happened to you. Put 1 in the chat if that has ever happened to you. You just thought about someone, your friend, your coworker, whoever, and then in the next 15 minutes, you see the person reaching out. Okay? By the way, let me tell you something. I just want to make sure that I have the right people in the room. So if you've been asked to participate, please do so. There is a reason to it, okay? Because if you're not participating, you're only binging on information. But when you also participate by tapping whatever you've been asked, when you're on a live and the person said, please put this. If it resonates with you, go ahead and put it. What you're doing is you are regulating without knowing. What is nervous system regulation? Nervous system regulation is creating a pause in your activity in order to connect to your body. So if you're in a safe place and anything that I've said resonates with you, please participate. So put 1 in the chat if you've ever had this moment where you thought about a friend, because I believe it happened to everybody, but I might be wrong. You thought about a friend, you thought about a coworker, you thought about your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your pastor, and then in the next 15 minutes or 2 minutes, whatever it is, the person is reaching out. If that has ever happened, put 1 in the chat. Now, if you have never, let me give you another example. Maybe you're thinking about a red car. Okay, let's say a red Dodge or a red Volvo or a red Tesla, your favorite car. And the next thing you know, One. Okay, thank you for doing that, user. I appreciate it. Okay, and the next thing you know, as you go on the streets, you're driving, you're walking, you're on the bus. Now you start seeing that specific car everywhere. That specific car everywhere. Well, you might think that you're dreaming. That has happened to me many times. I remember one time my son was writing a book. He's 7, so he was writing a book. He wanted to be part of kids entrepreneurship, right? And the project that he's taking to the event is a book. And the event, they wanted to know what would be the name of his company. And he said, okay, I'm gonna call my company Brooks. So we asked him, Brooks. So he wants to call the company Brooks Book. You see what he was doing there. And the sister is like, why Brooks? Brooks is somebody's family name, right? And he said, yeah, because it sounds like book. Do you know the next time that we started driving, we started noticing all the brooks on the road? You see a highway that, like the exit, Brooks. You see the name of the street, Brooks. You see somebody driving and the sticker says Brooks. You see that? It's like we were surrounded by brooks out of nowhere. What is happening in that moment is what? There is a name to it. It's called the RAS, which is what? The reticular activating system. God is so intentional. And I'm breaking this down for you for a reason. Okay? God is so God is so intentional. God is so intentional in a way where even those who are not Christian, God has put, all of us, there is a system in us to help us quicken the process so that we can tap into who we are. And who are we? What is the blueprint? The blueprint is the image and the likeness of God. At the end of this live, at the end of the video, for those who are going to watch the replay, you are going to learn something that will help you to rewire your brain. That's why the title on the other platform says what? Brainwash yourself into success. On TikTok, it says what? You are not lazy, but you were taught the wrong blueprint. So today I'm going to teach you how to build the right blueprint. So you're going to learn how to brainwash yourself. That's why I'm breaking it down. I'm taking it from what is the wrong blueprint? What has kept you not to step into success yet? Is the wrong model? Is the wrong blueprint? The lies that you've been told. Whenever you want to express yourself as a child, somebody will tell you, just keep quiet. You're talking too much. If you come from a particular culture, they will say, kids, don't ask that question. Okay, you've been told, stop acting like that. Why are you doing that? Why are you so loud? Now here you are in your present moment. You have this job as a boss, as a manager, and you cannot express yourself to your employees. I remember coaching someone from South Africa 2 years ago. He is the owner of his own business, but he had an employee, and this employee will always come in late. Okay, will have all the excuses, but the boss couldn't confront him. Not even a confrontation, just telling him this and that. This is how things are working. They are not supposed to go this way. He was so stuck and afraid because he knows a little bit about this specific employee, their reality in the house. So he thinks if he fire that person or if he confront that person, the person will take it in a wrong way. So he was afraid. Well, he was just projecting his own fear. He was just projecting himself, who he was, how he was raised, and all these things into the employee. You see that? So most of you, and of course, most of us, all of us, we are living from what? An information that we have been given. But right now, based on neuroscience, okay, based on the scripture that has been backed by neuroscience, we can rewire our brain. Okay, the brain is wired every single second. The same time the brain is wired, it can be rewired. In Romans 8, it says what? Be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. But the way you renew your mind is you have to introduce a new information. That new information has to be the anchored one that has to rewire, that the brain has to be rewired. The neural pathways has to be formed around. There is a relationship between your neural pathways right now. So they have formed a strong bonds from the years that you did not show up consistently, from the years that you said you're going to do something, you didn't do it. So the brain, your nervous system, is pulling information from that, your subconscious and all those things. But today you are at the right place. This right place, you're going to learn how to start anchoring your belief, how to start live from that blueprint, your model. Okay. Now, I was talking about the reticular activating system. The reticular activating system is the part of your brain that helps you to be focused. It's the part of the brain that filters any information that is not going to serve you. That is why, so it filters anything that is not gonna serve you for you to reach your purpose in a quicker way. That's why when you're thinking about a red car, the next thing you know, you start seeing red cars all over. Okay? Were the red car always there? Yes, they were there. But when you think about it, once you thought about it, what happened? The distance between that red car and you has been shortened. Can I just pause and say thank you to God, because it was not prepared ahead what I just said. I just got a download. So let me say thank you to God. God, I thank you for your divine wisdom. Thank you for always leading. Thank you for always leading us into that place that we're supposed to be. Thank you for this downloading in Jesus' name. Amen. So whenever you thought about the red car, this is what happened. You have been aligned to be in the same environment as the red car. So it's not magic, okay? Let's say you thought about what, and that by the way, is the same process that people that know about algorithm, that's what they did. They copy the same process. It's the same thing, the RAS. Okay, they copy the same process. That's why you might be on, you will go on Google, you type something and it's blasted on all the other platforms. So you're living vividly what the reticular activating system does, right? People say, oh my God, I was just talking about this with my friend. They have studied that. So now what they do is, that's what marketers they do. They have studied the way you think, the way you buy, psychology. That's what it is. So that's the work of the reticular activating system, to shorten your distance between you and that thing that you want to get. So if you're not clear, thank you for those who are watching on the other platform. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'm giving you the hint so that you know where this is happening at. Don't forget to subscribe and share and click on the notification bell, so when I go on live, you are one of the first people to know this. And we also want to have more people to be aware of what is happening here, this side of TikTok and this side of YTV. Okay, enough hints given. If you want to watch it on a replay, maybe you are at work right now and you want to write down some notes. When you go on there, reset with Coach Chefi, and you can watch it. So let's come back. Isn't it amazing to know these things about your brain? That's how I tell people, science is not against God. Rather, science is proving the sovereignty of God. Okay? The RAS that we're talking about, the reticular activating system, science didn't put it there, but science gave name to it. Okay? Science gave name to it. So science is not against God, but science is proving the sovereignty, the holiness of God, right? So that's what it is. Let's come back. Now, here you are. Let's say, so that's how they have copied the same thing. That's why the algorithm can read you so well. The algorithm can know what you need, and the algorithm will provide that for you. The same thing with the reticular activating system. Why am I talking about the reticular activating system? Because we are going to build the new model that has been dormant, that you're supposed to know. Okay? Now, the reticular activating system brings about the thought that is dominant. What is dominant? That's what the reticular activating system will bring to you. And how do you build what is dominant? Through your imagination and your emotion. To give birth, we need what? We need male and female. Okay, we need male and female. Please don't come and say all those crazy things that are happening. Don't say, yeah, you don't listen. Please, that's not what it is about. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Okay? Let's keep it real. So to be pregnant, you need male and female. Okay? You need male and female to be pregnant. Okay, the same thing. To birth an identity, you need your imagination and your emotion. Please put it in the chat. Put imagination, emotion. Very good. Imagination, emotion. And for those who are joining, I said this side of TikTok, this side of YouTube. I said it. Anyway, this side of TikTok, this side of YTV. I like people to participate, unless you're at work and you're just listening. I like people to participate. Why? When you are participating, you are not just binging on information. So nervous system regulation is what? Intentionally creating a pause in order to connect to your body. But if you're only listening, that's binging. You're doing the same thing over and over again, and nothing is going to change. So when they said put 1, put 2, put 3, if it resonates with you, go ahead and do so. Okay, go ahead and do so. That you put in 1, you know what you did. So right now, this is the current, this is the flow in your mind right now. It's going like this. So when you put that 1, what you did is this: you just created a pause. You see, when you put, and they said put 2, you created a pause. Why are you creating that pause? Did I just say see a share? Thank you. Why that pause? What is that pause doing? That pause is where the brain will start processing the information. But right now you're just taking the information. So you need to create a pause. This is the pause right here. So when you tap on the screen, by the way, those who are just watching, tap on the screen. When you tap on the screen, that's a virtual hug. When you tap on the screen, not only you're also supporting me, but you're also putting a pause in your daily activity so that you can bounce back into you. Okay, let's go back to the reticular activating system. I talk about what I said. Put 1. No, actually, I was talking about what you need: imagination and emotion. Okay, like this. Imagination, for those who are here, imagination, emotion. You see that? Where are you? Okay, so imagination, emotion. Let me bring it here. Imagination, emotion. It's just a random color. Don't think too much about it. I know my people. Some people are overthinkers, okay? Do not think anything about it. I was doing this, but I'm like, okay, well, let's give something else to it. All these are intentionally done so that we can create that pause in the brain, okay? Because if you're doom scrolling, all that your brain, you are like just functioning as a zombie right now. So you have to find things that will keep you to break the pattern, in doing small things. Okay, so imagination and emotion, that's what helps to birth your identity. If you're playing a scavenger hunt, no, that's not it. Well, I always look for this name anytime I want to talk about it. Charade. When you're playing charade, the person that is playing charade, what do? They're gonna start acting it out until you imagine what they're saying. Without saying anything, if they start acting like a table, the first time you will not believe that. You can't tell because that image is in their head. So the person that is playing the charade at that time, what are they trying to do? They are trying to project their image into your mind, so that you can have the idea of what they're doing in that moment. So as they keep acting like they might start like this, and then you say elbow. So they're gonna start thinking, the brain will start suggesting to them different things that can portray a table until you get it, right? So what are they doing in that moment? There are 2 things: imagination and emotion. Okay, because when they're projecting the image, they're gonna start acting, right? That's where the emotion comes in. That's where the feeling comes in. So to build a new identity, to build any identity that you built, came from what? It first came from imagination, and then it was fueled by your emotion. Those two things. For you to also rebuild that which you've built in the past as someone who is not consistent, someone who self-sabotage, someone who start but never follows through, someone who only starts but never finishes, right? We need a new model. And what is this new model? This new model is someone who starts but always follows through. Someone who starts and always finishes. That's the model you want to give to your brain so that the brain can wire around. Otherwise, if every time you're setting a goal, the brain will keep bringing to you the old model, the old version of you. The brain has the goal of the brain. The mind is not your enemy. The brain is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Okay? The brain is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Now, what model do you want to feed the brain with? You've heard this before, and let me remind you. The image and the likeness of God. The image and the likeness of God. Image of God. Yeah, I laugh because I got something. The image of God. Likeness. Likeness of God. The image and the likeness of God. Remember, I told you to birth an identity. What do you need? You need two things. You need the image, your imagination, and your feeling, the emotion. So what you need to anchor your brain around is these two things, the image and the likeness of God. When we talk about the image and the likeness of God, we are talking about what? Within the image and the likeness of God, that is the attributes of God. So if you are the image and the likeness of God, that means what? The same attribute that is in God has been poured into you. Right now, it's getting serious, okay? It's getting serious. It's getting serious. It's getting serious. And this is only for those who are ready for transformation. If you're not, please, you don't have to be here. Let me just be honest, okay? People desire change, but they don't put anything into it. People desire change because they know that once they desire that change, it gives them a certain relief so that they will feel like they're doing something. But ask yourself, how long will you be living below your deserved level? How long will you continue living below that which you deserve to do? You are this person where people have told, oh my goodness, I'm so proud of you. If I grow up, I want to be like you. You motivate me. But inside of you, there is a part of you that is saying no. You can portray yourself to people in a different way. People will see you that you're confident. But within, you know that you are functioning below. Okay? So desiring transformation is not what it is. Putting in that work is what it is. Okay? So it's getting serious. I only want those who are serious in the room. If you're serious about transformation because you're tired of repeating the same pattern over and over again, you are at the right place. So put in the work. Sometimes you just need to be honest with ourselves. My transformation started in the year 2009 because I was a chronic starter. I was that exact person that I'm describing right now. Who's that person? I start 3 days and then I'll stop. I was that person that has at least 40 journals in my room that were never finished. I only wrote in the first 3 pages of the journal because I was living on motivation. Okay? I didn't get the name of motivational force for no reason. Not only because when people come in my space, they get transformed, but also I was like dripping motivation in a natural way. Okay? So I was constantly starting. I have at least 40 journals. I'm not gonna lie to you, at least 40 journals, 10 to 40 journals, I would say, that were never finished. Because I heard people say, oh yeah, you need to journal. So I wanted to be part of those group. I was not in a group, but I wanted to make myself feel like, no, I am onto something. So I'll write in a journal for 3 days and then I'll stop because the brain has pulled me back and I don't want to feel the shame What do? I buy a new journal. And that's how my brain was wired in that time. A chronic starter, a chronic starter, a chronic starter. Someone who starts but never finishes. Until 2009. So 2009, not only was I broke, not only was I broken, not only was I rejected, but there was part of me that felt trapped. There was part of me that was tired of the same results. Okay. Not only was I living and I was feeling embarrassed because when you know, because of these two things, because of these two attributes, right? We know when we are not being, I'm not saying performing. Thank you for the repost. Thank you so much. Thank you. Who's this? Hey, Miss Lee. Thank you, my dear friend. See, because of these two things, we know when we are not being, not performing. Most people are performing, but they are not being. That's why you're performing, you're just performing, but you're even that, you know that no, there is more. So when you keep feeling that there is more, it's not because you are, it's not because you are just adding more because of these two things. You're built after excellence. You're built, your model, we're talking about model, right? Your model is excellence. Your model knows that you should not be stuck in a job that pays you $15. Meanwhile, okay, you are the one training the new hired that are getting paid $25. These two things that are in you, if you do not step into your potentials, you're not going to have that peace. Let me just break it out to you. You are not going to have that peace. I remember my mentor in 2009 when I first met him. He's like, Chefi, I am so proud of you. I'm like, wait, who is he talking about? Because I've never heard that word in my life. So my mind is like, oh, he needs something. He wants something. Because people only give you compliments when they want something. But this is a mentor that saw God in me. And he knew that God doesn't create a failure. You see that? So because of these two, for those who are watching on the other platform, I wrote image of God, likeness of God. I'm so sorry that you're reading this backward, but I'm going to read it to you, okay? Image of God, likeness of God. And this is what helped me to break out of the lies, okay? To break out of the generational lies that Christian will call it. I'm a Christian, by the way. We call it a generational curse. What is that generational curse? It's the wrong blueprint that has been passed on to you. So I was talking about 2009. 2009, not only was I broke, not only was I broken, not only was I rejected, abandoned, not only was I performing to please people, right? But I was also pregnant. The good news. That time it was not a good news because that's when my awakening started. I'm like, wait, here I am. I didn't know who I was. And I brought a kid into this life. What am I transferring to that child? That was my moment of awakening. And there is a saying that says, when the student is ready, remember the RAS, the reticular activating system, when the student is ready, the teacher will show up. And that's how my mentor came in. And he was working with me, helping me break all the lies, the generational lies that I was transferred. He was helping me with what? With the truth, with the right model, the image and the likeness of God. Okay, so now, right now, the blueprint that you're functioning with is the lies, the rejection. Thank you for the likes. Let's keep tapping. The lies, the rejection, and all those things. That's what is playing in the background. So even though you know that you deserve to apply for that managerial post, there is a part of it that is saying, oh, who do you think you are? You're not gonna get it. Look at all these people that have applied. What do you have special? You're not gonna get it. Your accent will not make you get it. Oh, look at your hair. They are not gonna hire you. Look at your skin. This is why I tell people, that thing, actually, I tell my daughter, my oldest, 16 right now, that thing about, oh, I didn't get the job because I am black, please. All those things are the limiting belief system. I am always this person that believes that nothing can be refused to me. It's not pride, it's just knowing your blueprints. Can anything be refused to God? No. And the word says that the word says we are God, not God himself, but his attributes are in us. Please follow. I told you there are a lot of gems that are gonna be poured because God wants you to hear it. Now, if you want to catch the replay, go on YTB, put in Reset with Coach Chefi, because this thing that I'm sharing with you is gonna help you to brainwash yourself into success. But can I tell you something? Can I be honest with you? A lot of people cash out, or a lot of people stop because they're not patient with themselves. A tangible transformation needs what? Resistance. You are not going to see the result right away. Breaking news. You are not going to see the result right away. But as you keep showing up, the brain is being wired. You're asking yourself, why is it so hard to change? It's not hard to change. It's just that. Thank you. It's not hard to change. But what it is what? Your expectation. You want to see the transformation so fast. Forgetting that you need to keep pouring the water in the jar before the jar can fill up. Just because the jar did not fill up doesn't mean that the water is not going in. Okay? Just because the jar is not filled up doesn't mean that the water is not going in. There will be a moment that you start seeing spill all over the place. Spill all over the place. I want to call your name, but is it Martin? Yeah, I think it's Martin. Thank you for that comment, my dear brother. Okay, so now I was talking about the image and the likeness of God, right? That is your model. And that's what helped me. That's what I've also coached my clients with. For those who are just joining me, I did explain this in the beginning. And also, if you want us to work, send me a DM, info at Coach Chefi. We can teach everything on a live, okay? And when the amazing thing with having a coach is this. The coach, right? You know, once you get into their space, all the things that they know, the ones that work for them, the ones that work for their clients, they are pouring that into you. They are helping you. Your coach becomes your accountability partner. And this is what I give in my group coaching session, in my one-on-one coaching session. Not only will you be taught how to build that model that works for you, you're also going to be taught regulation. I am identity and nervous system regulation coach. Okay, so I don't give information to my clients. I work with them to see the results. So identity, okay, well, how do you build a new identity? What is the information that you're believing about yourself? Who are you? And when we talk about who are you, it's not the who are you that society has built. Because when we talk about identity, there is the one that you believe, there is the one that people believe you are. There is the one that people think you are. There is the one you believe you are. There is the one you think you are. But the fifth one is the one that most people don't know, which is what? Your true blueprint, which is the image and the likeness of God. This is where you need to be. Not the one that you believe you are, not the one that society believes you are, not the one that you think you are, not the one society thinks you are, but your blueprint, which is the image and the likeness of God. Right now, you're functioning from all the four: believe, think, believe, think. That's why you keep sabotaging your success. Okay, that's why you are not showing up fully. So let's build. What time is it? We have 6 minutes. Okay, let's do 2 minutes of what I mean. Okay, and you can also do this by yourself. And let me take it back to the reticular activating system. I told you that's the part of the brain that helps you in your process to tap into the person that you're supposed to be. Okay, now, how do you also quicken that part of you? Whenever you reach a small goal, you celebrate that in front of a mirror. Why in front of the mirror? I told you about imagination and emotion. So when you're speaking to yourself in front of the mirror, the brain is capturing your facial expression, what is being done in that moment. The brain is going to project it into, okay, so this information is going in the nervous system. So every part of your brain is capturing the image of a successful person, a joyful person. By the way, this is the techniques that athletes they use, by the way. Before they play a game, they see themselves. They have wired their brain around that event before they show up physically. So today, right now, I'm going to teach you how to wire your brain around someone who starts and finishes. And the attributes in image and likeness, one of the attributes in God is what? The author and the finisher. How that sound like what? Someone that starts and follows through. The image and the likeness. The image and the likeness. So the author and the finisher, the alpha and omega. So if you are the image and the likeness of God, then why is it that you only start but never finishes? If you are the image and the likeness of God, why is it that you only start but never finishes? It's because you do not believe that you're the image and the likeness of God. You see that? Because your brain did not get the memo yet. So for the next, let's say 4 minutes, okay, I'm gonna go over my time a little bit, but if you want to know the same principle that I've used with my client to break out of their limiting belief, their self-sabotage, that now they get promotion, they start writing books, not even start writing, they have published their books. This is the technique, okay? But we can take it deeper. Send me a message at info@coachchefi.com, info@coachchefi.com. On 27th of this month, I'm hosting a group coaching session. If you want to be part of this group coaching session, it's not information, it's practicing in real time. This is what is even gonna help you to start seeing the transformation and the success that you want. Okay, for someone who wants to go for a job interview, you're afraid, this is gonna prepare you for that. For someone who wants to start a business, you're afraid, this is what is gonna prepare you for that. If you want to build that character of consistency, the group coaching is going to prepare you. But if you said, coach, you know what, I just want to have that one-on-one session with you, DM me blueprint or DM me at info@coachchefi.com. I'll send you my calendar so that you can book a consultation session with me to see if I am the person that you want to work with, and also to see if you're the right client that I want to work with for the next 3 months, for the next month, or whatever it is. Okay, now let's go. We're gonna work on this. We need to give the brain a new information, and this information has always been part of you, but you want to make the brain remember, which is what? Your true identity, the image and the likeness of God. Okay, it's not affirmation, it's creative word. Creative word, it's only okay, it's not affirmation, it's creative word, because we are the image and the likeness of God. We do not speak affirmation because God doesn't speak affirmation. He speaks what? Creative word. Okay? And this is the creative word that dry bones can hear. The reason why right now you're not functioning fully in your identity is because there is a lie that has been built for many years. So for that lie to be dismantled, affirmation will not do it. Creative word is what is going to do it. What is creative word? It's speaking exactly the word that God has spoken when he was building you, when he was forming you. Your veins, they have that information. Your bones, they have that information. Your hair, they have that information. Your eyes, they have that information. But you just need to remind yourself, okay? So we're gonna go with one, the beginning of all things, which is the image and the likeness of God. So you're gonna start telling yourself, you can do this in front of the mirror. Me, I'm so lucky because of what? I can see myself on two cameras, so I'm gonna speak into me in the camera. Always do that. Always, when you're doing your creative words speaking, do it in front of the mirror. I'm gonna give more context later on my next live. This principle has been proven in the Bible, by the way, when Jacob was working with Laban. I'm gonna give that content tomorrow, but not today. Okay, that's what I told you. Psychology, science, all those things, they get the information from God. Okay, we have all that in us, so the brain already has it. So let's go. It's just two things. I am the image and the likeness of God. I am the image and the likeness of God. I am the image and the likeness of God. Very good. I can hear somebody saying it. I am the image. Very good. I can hear somebody repeat. And the likeness of God. Very good. Let's do that again. You inhale through the nose. I am. You hold. The image and the likeness of God. Very good. Inhale. I am. Very good. The image and the likeness of God. Very good. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose, okay? It's not a competition. Do not rush, okay? Let's go. I am the image and the likeness of God. Very good. Inhale. I am the image and the likeness of God. Let's do 5 more times, okay? Ready? I am the image and the likeness of God. Very good. We are on 2 now. Inhale. I am the image. Exhale. Through your mouth, open it. And the likeness of God. Very good. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose. You're on 3, okay? Pause. I am the image and the likeness of God. Very good. Number 4, inhale through the nose. Pause. I am the image and the likeness of God. Very good. Number 5, our last one. We're gonna inhale through the nose. Hold. I am the image and the likeness of God. Very good. Don't go back automatically to what you're doing, what you just did. You created that pause in your activity. You regulated through breathing. Okay? And where regulation is, it comes with clarity. You're connecting. But where a lot of people lose the momentum is when they hop right back into what they were doing. You need to be grounded. So what do? You can start holding your body in a gentle way. This is the regulation, by the way. Gentle way. You squeeze. It's 6. Oh my God, I need to go. Okay, very good. Very good. And shake, you can shake. Now, let me explain what we just did. Right now, what you're doing is you're wiring your brain for the blueprints. The first time when you start, it will just be words. But when you're doing it, don't do it automatically. You are not here to perform. You are here to encode your identity as the image and the likeness of God. What does it mean to be the image and the likeness of God? I gave you the attributes. One of the attributes is what? The author and the finisher. So as you're saying, I'm the image and the likeness of God, what you're believing is I start, I follow through, I am persistent, resistant, and what happened? And then I see the results. So as you're saying, I'm the image and the likeness of God, the translation, as you keep saying it, repeating it, little by little, you're going to start getting revelation of who you are. That's why I don't understand when people say I'm working on myself, then you see them pulling away from God. No. If you're really working on yourself, on your identity, it should dive you into God, not to pull you out of God. Okay? For those who are just joining, my name is Chefi. I am identity and nervous system reset coach. I help people to, thank you for the follow. I help people to break out of self-sabotage in the nervous system, at the nervous system level. I help people to stop sabotaging on their deserve level at the nervous system level. There are 4 things that built my framework. The first one is God. The second one is neuroscience. The third one is nervous system regulation and movement. Okay, God, you see that? God, neuroscience, nervous system regulation, and movement. Movement, because in my session I'll lead you. It's not a therapy, it's coaching. But before I got my certification as an identity coach and nervous system regulation coach, I was teaching African dance. And on the continent of Africa, we have our movement hold how to release trauma, how to release tension, there are movements that will help you to awaken your identity. By the way, do you know that you hold shame at the hip, the pelvis? You hold anything that has to do with your identity, it's held at the hip. You hold shame at the hip level. That's why in the West Africa and Central Africa, our movement is heavy on what? Waist movement. It's not whining. Okay, so there are things that we know, or our ancestors, our grandparents know, that unfortunately the new generation, they think they are just dancing. Okay, but no, I know these things by the grace of God, because I grew up with my grandma at the village part. That's how I learned about all this. People don't just walk bare feet because they feel like walking bare feet. They understand that that's called grounding. Right now, I'm doing the live. I don't have my shoes on because I intentionally create that moment to be grounded. Okay? So, that being said, this is leading us to the end of our session. We didn't have enough taps today. It's only 41. It's okay, as long as you get the value that you need. Can I say something before we close, please? If anything has stood out for you on the live today, do not use this moment as a moment of information. For those who keep doing things like this, you are going to live your 2026 in 2029. If you keep considering just videos like this, just information without putting in the work, you are going to repeat years. And most of you, you're repeating years right now. Your 2026 looks exactly like 2023. Your 2026 looks exactly like 2020, because you're only treating information at the brain level, but you're not letting that sit in. That's why I said most people don't lack information, but you lack execution. So if you want us to work, if you need help putting in work the things that you've learned, DM me, send me a message here on TikTok, or send me a message in my email, which is info@coachchefi.com. info@coachchefi.com. Remember, you matter, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Let's first turn off the TikTok, and then I'll talk to my YouTube people. Very good. YouTube, thank you so much for the 2 people that are still in the room. I appreciate you. Please, if you have not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel so that whenever I go on live, you have the notification. I wish I could just see names. On TikTok, you can see the name of the people, but just know that I appreciate you, whoever is watching right now. Share with your community. And if you are looking for a coach to work with you in this moment, this is what I do. I've helped high achievers, I've helped communities, I've helped organizations to regulate and also to break out of the status quo. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.